Welcome, everybody. My name is Victoria Rojas, and today I'm excited to share with you a little bit about blended learning in classrooms. So let's go ahead and jump right in. Let me get out of the way. Here we go. So today you are going to have an understanding of what blended learning is. My hope is that you will begin to at least think about creating your own instructional videos to deliver some of the core content that your students need, and also curate class resources for supplemental content. So a lot of this is what you already have. So today we're going to work on thinking out how that would look in a blended classroom. So first, a blended classroom. This is an inclusionary model that helps teachers to blend some of the traditional forms of teaching with a digital learning system. So there's so many resources that we all use in our classrooms. The focus for today is going to be instructional videos. The ultimate goal is to use both benefits of in-person teaching as well as online resources in a way that allows students to access it regardless of what their context is. So this provides flexibility, student agency and choice. It helps to address all learning levels. And one of the coolest things, it can help you clone yourself. So this is something that I've delivered once, but hopefully is viewed many times, hence the cloning yourself. So first, let's begin with classifying content. So we're going to look at the lessons that you already have and consciously separate them into core content and supplemental content. So what does that look like? For a traditional lesson, this could be a lesson sequence or even a whole unit, you're going to first identify core content. So this includes learning objectives like the meat and potatoes, the main elements that students need to know. And then you're going to put that into video form and deliver that instruction. So let's take a look of what I mean by this. So these are small bites of core content. So the example that I have here, this is a focus on one topic or skill at the moment in the video that I've made for some of my classes is federal in this particular slide. This is on objectives 4.7, forms of governance. So as you can see, this is something that is very specific, focused in. And you should try to keep videos short, 5 to 10 minutes max, just to give a small bite. So this is just about 6.5 minutes. And then also utilize visuals, right? That's one of the best things about being able to bring in digital content is having a variety of visuals. So in terms of why I like this and why I really want to promote these instructional videos is because this is such a wonderful form of inclusion. So what this does is it allows for the opportunity for subtitles and transcripts. The way that I do this is through YouTube. That automatically can generate your subtitles and your transcript. So maybe not every single word is perfect, but for the most part, students are far better able to access the information on there. You can also pause, rewatch, adjust the speed. The playback speed, that's kind of a fun one that my students will tell me about. They'll just re-listen to some of these before an exam, and they say my voice is very high-pitched and goes really, really quickly. But again, that's another form for them to access some of this material again. And in order to help ensure student engagement, I also suggest using notes or prompts. So these are template notes that go along with the video that you just saw previously. And this is used as a way for students to collect all the core information. You can use also visuals, graphics, all sorts of things for those template notes as well. Next, we're going to look at supplemental content. So this can include examples, practices, case studies, all the extra, what I call fun stuff that you already like to do in your class. So in terms of additional resources, I see these as ways to enrich your lesson. So this is one way that I present this to my students. So I have must do, that is core content. And then, and then should do and aspire to do, that's supplemental content. So these are only additional resources that allow students to access these materials. So think about all the incredible information that you already have and that you just are dying to share with students. The reality is sometimes we don't get to everything we need to or want to. So this is one way to provide all those amazing resources that you have for students that can breathe through that material and that have that interest to go a lot deeper. So this allows for more student agency and choice. Once they're done with the core content, the fundamentals, then they're able to access some of the deeper learning, some of the extra practices, case studies, whatever the case might be. And it allows students to focus on essential content that just need a little bit more time with it, right? And as well as support students who are quicker with absorbing that information. So this is what we saw on the previous slide. This right here is a core content in the form of video and then their notes link as well. Supplemental content, I label these as should do and aspire to do. So for the core content, it's focused on a single objective, 5.1. This is a corresponding video and the corresponding template notes to ensure engagement and to also ensure students have something to look at to study. Then for the supplemental content, we see an alternative explanation. So this is for my AP course, Human Geography. This comes from College Board, so it's another teacher explaining these same concepts, but that might be helpful for somebody. Maybe they were able to phrase something in a way that was more accessible to that student. This is also content reinforcement, things like vocabulary and extra practices that I've designed. And then in terms of the fun stuff, like the deeper content, I also try to provide a variety of ways for students to access this. So one is a visual, this is a video, a podcast. I always like to include podcasts, especially for students that want to listen to something in the morning as they're getting ready. And then text, right? So here I have a couple of reading excerpts that directly correlate with the information that we're going over. So this can look different for every teacher. A lot of these things you already have, so make it your own. Let's go ahead and turn to the graphic organizer. Please remember to prioritize connection. So feel free to chat with the people around you, think out some of your ideas, and please be sure to take a look at some of the additional resources that I've posted.